Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
This is an extraordinary story. Our next guest made history this year. She became the first person in Australia to have a uterus transplant. Only a few months after the transplant, she fell pregnant. And there's an incredible twist. The uterus that was transplanted was the same uterus that formed her. It was donated from her mum. Well, to get to the bottom of what this incredible science is providing for the life of Kirsty, here she is, Kirsty Bryant. Hello.
Hi, Amanda. How are you going?
Very well.
Kirsty, what a time we live in that this is happening.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's very surreal.
Well, let's start at the beginning because you already had a child, but what meant that you could carry that one but your uterus wasn't right this time round?
So after the birth of my daughter, Violet, in 2021, I had a major postpartum hemorrhage. I lost 11 litres of blood, which required a life-saving hysterectomy.
And so you're the first in Australia to have this. Without this, you could not have got pregnant again.
Correct. So after having my daughter, I was, I wasn't prepared to, not be able to expand my family. And I did a lot of research and I found the clinical trial through the Royal Women's Hospital. And I knew, without reaching out and being accepted into the clinical trial, I wouldn't be able to expand my family and grow my baby myself. I would need to look at other avenues. So, it's just incredible.
So you went to your mum, and how did that conversation go? Did you say, so Mum, you're not using it anymore, but would you mind?
Jonesy, that's pretty much how it went. I had put my daughter was 6 months old, and I put her down for sleep, and I rang my mum at work, and she answered straight away, and I said, hey, Mum, like hypothetically, if you could have a surgery and donate your uterus to me to make it possible for me to be able to have another baby, would you do that? And she said, oh, where would that happen? I said, we can, in Sydney, Australia. And she said, wow. She said, yeah, sure, whatever it takes, whatever you need. And honestly, that's pretty much how it went.
So you have your ovaries.
Correct.
Right. And so your mum donated her uterus. And so what kind of operation? Was it pretty straightforward?
So we had Matt Brandstrom, who founded the uterus transplant trial in his country. He came over to Australia and helped the team here. So my mum had a hysterectomy, but it was a little bit more complicated because obviously instead of just removing everything and just taking it out of mum, they also needed to keep the organ alive. So when it was transplanted to me, so they took arteries, and then when it was put into me, it could stay alive. So it was a pretty big surgery. Mum was in surgery for 10, 11 hours, and mine was about half that, so 5 or 6 hours.
Wow! And only a few weeks later, you fell pregnant.
So 32 days post transplant, I got a period, and 12 weeks later, we did an embryo transfer, and we fell pregnant on that first embryo transfer, which is what's going to make it. Yeah, so I had my surgery in January, the 10th of January this year, 2023, and my baby boy is due December 15th.
Okay, so it wasn't conceived in the old-fashioned way I was about to.
No, correct.
Because that would have been
a little bit more science.
Well, no, but to have that kind of surgery and then go to the old school method, I'm thinking, oh my God.
My husband wouldn't have minded, but no,
of course. He's a man.
A little bit more science to help us out.
And how different is this pregnancy to your other one? Do you still feel everything?
So I don't have the nerve that is hooked up to my uterus, but I do still feel the kicks and the movements, obviously because of the organs around. I didn't feel baby until about sort of 20 weeks this second time round, but overall it's been very similar to my first pregnancy. I am high risk this time, but I've been looked after by the amazing team at the Royal Women's, so I'm just very, very lucky. It's all gone very smoothly.
Can you give birth vaginally?
No, I'll be having a planned cesarean on the 15th of December.
Yeah, that's wise.
How extraordinary. And has this changed your relationship with your mum?
My mum and I have always been quite close. We're a very close-knit family, but definitely going through this journey together of, major surgery, we're both recovering, and now me being pregnant. It's just obviously strengthened our relationship beyond. And then hopefully, fingers and toes crossed, that mum can be in there with me, holding my hand with my husband when we have that cesarean section.
Just amazing. And your son is being gestated in the same womb that you were.
Yes, and my brother.
Wow.
It's just, it's like those Russian babushka dolls. You're like a babushka doll.
But it's wonderful, Kirsty. And I know that the Royal Hospital for Women's Foundation, all this research was through donations.
Mm-hmm. So my surgery was made possible through the funding from the Royal Hospital for Women.
Okay.
And without their generous, everyone donating, I wouldn't have been able to have my surgery, not at all.
And today, ironically, or not ironically, this is why we're talking to you, is Giving Day.
Yep.
Correct. So today is Giving Day, meaning any donations made until midnight tonight will be doubled by generous match donors.
Excellent. Well, this is great. And Michelle, your mum as well, everything okay?
Yeah, she's doing really well. I would probably say her recovery was a little bit longer than mine. It probably took about a good 6 months. But she's back to doing everything she was doing before. She's working. She's looking after the grandkids. She's going to the gym. So, yeah, it's amazing.
I know what it's like, Kirsty, to want a baby and not to be able to have one. My boys are IVF, so I'm so pleased that this has been so groundbreaking and for other families to see what's going on for you.
Yeah, it's I can't imagine with all of the breakthroughs that are going on, what will be possible for my children in, 20, 30 years' time when they go to expand their families. It's just incredible.
That's amazing. And it makes us feel bad as parents because I can't even lend my kids a slow cooker. Let alone an organ.
That's cooked quite slow.
I'm going to have to think about my relationship there. Kirsty, this is an extraordinary story. What a time we live in. The Royal Hospital for Women Foundation Giving Day is on today to donate. You hear what's happening here. Go to .royalgivingday.org. Kirsty, thank you for joining us.
No worries. Thank you so much for having me.
And good luck with your baby boy. Can't wait to hear your exciting news.
Let us know how everything goes.
Thank you.